Y'all ever heard of an HEA? Yeah, it's a home equity agreement. Do not do a HELOC.
Most people spend their lives searching for their purpose as though it were hidden somewhere they haven't looked yet. They read books about it. They take assessments. They wait for the moment of clarity that's supposed to arrive and tell them what they were meant to do. And the moment doesn't come. Not because the purpose isn't there, because they're looking in the wrong direction. There is a law that governs this, and here it is. Purpose is not found. It is recognized. Your life's work hasn't been waiting for you to find it. It's been pointing at you through every subject that absorbed you without effort, every problem you kept turning over long after you were supposed to have moved on, every conversation that made an hour feel like 5 minutes. The question was never, what should I do with my life? The question has always been whether you were paying close enough attention to what your life was already telling you. I want to tell you how I came to understand this. I grew up in Long Beach, California during the Depression. My father left. My mother raised 3 boys in a tent city behind the Mariner Apartments near the harbor. We had nothing. But from the time I was a young boy, I carried one question with me everywhere I went. Not a question someone gave me. A question I couldn't stop asking. What is it that makes one man succeed where another man, equally intelligent, equally hard-working, does not? I didn't choose that question. I noticed it. It was the question my mind kept returning to in the Long Beach Public Library, in conversations, in every biography I could get my hands on. I carried it through the Marines, through Pearl Harbor at 20, through the years of building a career in radio in Chicago after the war. And it was in a Chicago bookstore that I found Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich and read 5 words that changed everything. We become what we think about. The moment I read that sentence, I didn't think interesting. I thought, of course. I'd been circling that idea for years without having the language for it. The sensation wasn't discovery. It was recognition. That's the first thing I want you to understand about purpose. When you encounter it fully, it doesn't feel like a new idea. It feels like a remembered one. You won't think, I've found my calling. You'll think, I've been answering this calling for years. I just didn't know what to call it. So here is the question. What is the one problem your mind keeps returning to, whether or not anyone has asked you to solve it? Your mind has been organized around a specific direction for longer than you realize, and the fact that you haven't named it yet doesn't mean it isn't already operating. It's been shaping what you notice, what you read, what conversations hold your attention, and which ones you forget within an hour. The direction was never missing. You simply hadn't learned to read the signal. Let me explain how this actually works, because understanding the mechanism is what allows you to begin applying it before you have full clarity. Most people wait for clarity before they commit to a direction. The law says something different. Commit to a direction, and clarity arrives as a consequence. Think of your mind as a compass, not a motivational image, a functional one. A compass doesn't decide where north is. It reports what already exists in the field around it. Your dominant thoughts, the ones that recur without being invited, the problems you keep solving in your head on weekends, the subjects you read about when no one is assigning the reading, these aren't random. They're your compass, reporting the direction your mind has been oriented toward, perhaps since childhood. Here's what this means practically. If you spend your dominant thinking hours worrying about money, your mind becomes an instrument for detecting financial danger. If you spend them on a specific craft, a specific problem, a specific field, your mind becomes an instrument for extracting value from that field. The brain's filtering system screens out the vast majority of available information and surfaces only what matches the dominant pattern in your thinking. You aren't seeing less than others. You're seeing what your dominant thought has told your mind to look for. This is why 2 men can attend the same conference, hear the same speakers, eat at the same table, and leave with entirely different takeaways. Not because one is smarter, because they have different dominant thoughts, and therefore different filters, and therefore different information from the same room. Now here's where most people misread their compass. They look at their dominant thoughts, anxiety about the future, dissatisfaction with the present, comparison with others, and they conclude that their dominant thoughts are negative, that they have no purpose. This is a misreading of the instrument. A compass that shakes is still pointing somewhere. Anxiety about the future is almost always anxiety about a specific future, the one in which something you care about deeply doesn't happen. Dissatisfaction with the present is almost always dissatisfaction with a specific gap between what you're doing and what your mind keeps pulling you toward. The negative emotion is the signal. It's the compass correcting course. Don't ask yourself what you're passionate about. That question produces too many answers or none. Instead, ask, what problem do I keep trying to solve, whether or not anyone has asked me to? What do I read about when I'm supposed to be reading something else? What conversation makes me forget to check the time? These aren't personality quirks. These are the compass reports. And the purpose was never missing, only unrecognized. But what happens to a person who never recognizes the signal and spends an entire life ignoring it?
Look at these two coaches. Coach on the left posts every single day, gets 47 views, maybe 2 likes, crickets. Coach on the right posts the same amount, millions of views, hundreds of comments,
is the signal and spends an entire life ignoring it. Most people spend 40 years building someone else's dream and don't realize it until the day no one needs them to show up anymore. That is when the silence starts. I've spent decades studying this pattern and the inverse of achievement, the man or woman who did everything that was asked of them and still feels at the end that something was missing. These aren't lazy people. They aren't unintelligent. They're often the most disciplined people in the room, men who showed up every day for 40 years, built the house, raised the family, paid every bill on time, and were by every external measure successful. And then they retired. And the silence that followed was the first time in 40 years they'd been alone with the question their busy life had been answering for them. Who am I when no one is asking me to be anything? I want you to picture a specific man. He's 65 years old. He's sitting in the kitchen of a house he spent 40 years paying for. A good house. A well-maintained house. In a neighborhood he chose carefully. His children are grown and doing well. His wife is in the next room. It's a Tuesday morning in October, and for the first time in his adult life, no one needs him to be anywhere. His company threw him a party last Friday. There was a cake. There were handshakes. There was a card signed by people whose names he recognized, but whose lives he didn't know. And now it's Tuesday morning, and a neighbor walks past the kitchen window on the way to the mailbox and sees him sitting there, and the neighbor waves, and later, much later, the neighbor will describe what he saw in a way he finds difficult to articulate. He'll say he looked like a man who had forgotten something important and could not remember what it was. Think about that. He didn't fail to find his purpose. He failed to read the signal that was already there. The cost of a life lived without recognizing your purpose isn't suffering in the dramatic sense. It's this. You spend your most productive years building structures that belong to other people's purposes, your employers, your families, your communities, without ever building the structure that belongs to the direction your own mind was pointing. And when the external structures are removed, there's nothing underneath. Not because you failed, because you were never asked to build toward your own aim, and you never asked yourself the question either. The man in that kitchen isn't a cautionary tale about laziness. He's a cautionary tale about the assumption that purpose will arrive on its own, that if you do the right things long enough, your life's work will eventually announce itself. It will not. Purpose does not operate on patience. It operates on attention. But what actually changes in a person's life when they finally recognize their purpose and commit to it? The first thing that changes isn't your energy or your mood. It's your decision-making speed. And this is so consistent across every purposeful person I've observed that I want to state it plainly. The person with a clear aim makes decisions faster than the person without one, at every level of complexity. Not because they think less carefully, because they have a criterion. Every decision, from the trivial to the consequential, can be measured against one question. Does this serve the direction or doesn't it? When the criterion is clear, decisions that once required days of deliberation require minutes. Opportunities that once seemed compelling become obviously irrelevant. Distractions that once pulled effectively lose their pull entirely. But here's the distinction most people get wrong, and it's the difference between the person who finds purpose and the person who constructs one and wonders why it doesn't hold. Most people, when they decide to get serious about purpose, sit down and try to build one. They make lists. They inventory their skills, interests, and values. They build a purpose statement the way a copywriter builds a tagline. And then they wonder why it doesn't feel compelling, why they can recite it, but can't feel it pulling them. The reason is that they've misunderstood the direction of the law. Purpose is not something you construct from available materials. It is something you recognize by reading the pattern of your own attention. The man who tries to choose his purpose from a list of options will always feel a faint uncertainty, because a choice can always be unmade, reconsidered, replaced when a better option appears. But the man who recognizes his purpose, who traces the thread of his attention backward through his life, and sees the pattern that has always been there, that man does not feel uncertainty. He feels recognition. And recognition doesn't require maintenance the way choice does. You don't have to remind yourself every morning why you chose something you recognized. You simply follow the thread that was already there. That is why I say, purpose is not found. It is recognized.
Imagine waking up in your own private villa on a serene Caribbean island, surrounded by lush.
It is recognized. But how do you actually begin to recognize it when you've spent years looking in the wrong direction? Your purpose has been leaving evidence in your life for years. You don't need to invent it. You need to read what's already there. Remember what I said about the compass? There's something that happens when a compass is held near a piece of iron or a strong electrical current. The needle swings away from true north. It's called magnetic interference. The compass isn't broken. It's being pulled off course by something in the immediate environment that's stronger than the signal it was built to read. The moment you remove the interference, the needle returns to north. It doesn't need recalibration. It needs the interference removed. Most people's purpose has been subjected to decades of interference. The opinions of parents about what constitutes a real career, the pressure of peers to pursue what's practical, the gravitational pull of a salary that's comfortable enough to make the question feel optional. None of this interference eliminated the purpose. It just pulled the needle away from it. And the purpose was always there, waiting to be recognized the moment the interference was removed. Here's what I want you to do. Every morning for the next 30 days, before you look at your phone, before you check your messages, before the day's demands have a chance to orient your attention toward anything else, pick up a pen and complete one sentence. The work I was built for is write whatever comes. Don't think about whether it's right. Don't evaluate it against practicality. Don't compare it to what you're currently doing for a living. Write what comes. One sentence. Put the pen down. Go on with your day. On the 30th morning before you write the sentence, read the previous 29. You aren't looking for consistency. You'll likely find variation. You're looking for the pattern beneath the variation. The type of work, the type of problem, the type of contribution that appears in some form in the majority of those sentences, even when the surface words are different. That pattern isn't something you invented over 30 mornings. It was already there. You were simply giving yourself a structured way to read what has always been broadcasting. Your old way of thinking will fight you on this. It'll tell you the exercise is too simple, that you don't need to write it down, that you already know what you want. But if you already knew, you'd already be building it. The writing isn't the discovery. It's the instrument that makes the discovery legible. Never forget, purpose is not found, it is recognized. So what do you do starting tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, before the day has a chance to tell you what to think about, you pick up a pen and you answer one question honestly. The work I was built for is one sentence every morning for 30 days. Don't overthink it. Don't wait until you feel ready. The readiness comes from the writing, not the other way around. At the end of 30 days, read the record. Look for the thread that runs through it. Not the words on the surface, the direction underneath. The type of problem you keep returning to, the kind of work that makes you lose track of time, the contribution that feels like something only you would think to make. That thread is not something you invented. It's been there your entire life. You just gave yourself 30 days to read it clearly. And somewhere around the second or third week, you'll notice something shift. The sentence will stop feeling like an exercise. It'll start feeling like the truth. You'll stop writing what sounds right and start writing what is right. And the difference between those two things is the difference between a person who's still searching and a person who has recognized what was there all along. The person who recognizes their purpose doesn't need to be motivated. They need to be pointed at the work and left alone. They don't experience Monday as a burden. They experience it as the next available day to build. They don't wish they had more talent. They wish they had more hours. And that is not a bad problem. That is the problem the law is designed to give you. Remember the law. Purpose is not found. It is recognized. Your life's work has not been hiding from you. It has been pointing at you since the beginning. All you have to do is stop looking everywhere else and read what has always been there. Pick up the pen, write the sentence, and begin.
Good morning.
DJ,
Grand Rising. Good morning.
done it
Can you hear
again.
me?
I can hear you. You've done it again, TJ.
It's all for you, Ted.
I
Believe me,
appreciate
man.
it. I appreciate it. You just don't know how valuable this stuff is. Pre-game is my favorite part of your show.
Hey, Ted,
Yes, sir.
I have to do it, Ted.
I know. It's great.
You see, the thing is this, Mr. Ted Slater, is that sooner or later, if we live long enough, and we're living longer these days, and that in itself becomes a dilemma. Sooner or later, the silence comes. And in the silence, we ask a question. Strange as it might seem, Ted, who am I? We ask the question, was it worth it? We ask the question, is it too late? What do I do now? So, Ted, I tell you what, pick up the pen, like Mr. Earl Nightingale is saying, and write it down.
Amen.
My life's purpose is, and do it. Do it for the 30 days, all of us. It's actionable. Call to action. I swear, this is one of those years that you want to close out strong. I tell you this, Ted, I don't know about the rest of the folks on the Momentum Morning Show, but I grow extremely concerned about the AI invasion. It's real. It's just that we're not paying attention. this thing sooner or later is going to get out of control. And the architects of GAI or AI and the Grok and the Claude and all these artificial systems is going to dominate. So I use this platform to help us to understand that we need to recognize our purpose. And here's the kicker. When you know, when you recognize, Ted, your purpose, you make decisions faster. As a matter of fact, you make decisions much faster. You don't vacillate. You don't procrastinate. But when you haven't recognized your purpose, it takes a minute. It takes forever to get into action. So, my message this morning, Ted, and let me see. My message this morning to my family and my friends and my guests on the call this morning, to Ted and to Sylvia, Shirley, and Sabrina, Princess. Hey, Princess. And to Patience. And to Moto G Stylus 2022. Don't know who that is. And to Joseph. And to Greta. And to Chris Gislane. Hey, Donald, how you, buddy? And to Dr. Antoinette. And to Ode. Listen. If you haven't recognized your purpose, it's about time. When you recognize your purpose, you make decisions faster. And that's a telltale sign right there that will help you to know if you're moving in that direction. So don't let your purpose or that dream, don't let it die with you. Don't do that. Mr. Nightingale spoke about magnetic interference. You know, when those moments when the compass begins to shake and you're getting a false reading, when the needle veers away from true north. So my message to Princess and to Patience and to iPhone and the greater, all of us, myself included, either you move the interference, that magnetic interference, either you move it or move away from it. Yeah. Say it again. As we progress, as we do our purpose, there will come those moments when the compass reading is going to get skewed. You can't find or recognize true north. You do one of two things. You either move the interference or you move away from it. So want to recognize those who are with us this morning for perhaps the first time. Want to say welcome. Want to invite you to, before we get into showtime, to unmute if you're here for the first time and introduce yourself. Who invited you? If you're an Atomian, we say welcome. If you're not, we still want to recognize you. Want you to feel welcome. So the microphone icon at the base of your device, off to the left, tap it, you unmute yourself, tap it again, you mute yourself. So we say welcome. We give you a minute to compose yourself. Yeah, no one left behind. We have something jam-packed here this morning we really want to dive into. So we just want to take a minute and allow you to introduce yourself before we get into the company introduction. It's called Atomy. global sourcing, global sales, absolute quality, absolute price. So let's give you a minute to step up, give us your shine, and we move on. I am abundance. I love that. I love that, Donald. Yeah. And that's a powerful word. Two powerful words. I am. Okay.
CJ, may I say something, please?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Sylvia.
Yeah, you've always heard me saying that I'm in a hurry. And listening to Mr. Nightingale's speech this morning, it gave me the push to move faster than I usually do. It's a very poor speech. It does really touch me. Thank you, CJ. It's more
Thank
giving
you.
Mr. Gale.
Yes.
Very thankful. Bye.
Thank you, Sylvia.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
A company that builds its foundation on the right principles and keeps them without wavering. A company that reaches the world with integrity. A company that grows with its customers and shares generously along the way. We are Atomy. Since its founding in 2009, Atomy has continued its steady growth, becoming a global network marketing company that can be found all around the world. Beyond customer satisfaction, we have made our customers' success our first priority, and that commitment continues today. Providing exceptional quality at an affordable price, this is the essence of distribution and the core of Atomy's strength. From the beginning, Atomy has upheld its absolute quality, absolute price philosophy, which lives within every product we create, from health supplements to beauty, living, food, and home appliances. Hemohim has surpassed 3 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales, becoming Korea's #1 exported health functional food. Developed through the national project of the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute, Hemohim has acquired 28 international patents as a single product, and in 2024 became the first in Korea to be certified for both immune enhancement and anti-fatigue functionality, setting new standards in the health functional food industry. Another flagship line, Absolute Skincare, has exceeded 1 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales. It became the first in the cosmetics industry to receive the Sejong Daewang Award and was selected as a next-generation world-class product by the Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Energy. Atomy practices customer-centric management in every aspect of its business. This dedication has earned us the honor of being the only company in the industry to receive the Consumer-Centered Management certification 3 years in a row. Since opening our U.S. branch in 2010, Atomy has expanded across Asia, South America, Oceania, and Europe, operating in 26 regions worldwide and becoming a global hub connecting producers and consumers. Our products continue to prove overwhelming popularity overseas, leading Korea in health supplement exports and quasi-drug exports, earning the $300 million export tower and reaching $2 billion in cumulative exports by 2025. Following the launch of our EU branch, we plan further expansion into Africa, Central and South America, and other emerging markets by sourcing products around the world that meet absolute quality and absolute price, and delivering them through our global sales network. Atomy continues to advance its global sourcing, global sales strategy. Atomy's success system, designed and operated directly by the company, enables anyone to succeed, regardless of personal background or experience. It is the driving force that sets Atomy apart. Through dynamic seminars delivered both online and offline, we share Atomy's vision vividly with members worldwide. By merging business with culture, we present a global success system that transcends time and space. To support our global members, we operate the ACT project to cultivate leadership and strengthen capabilities. We also opened the Songneeson Forest, reborn as the center of Atomy's brand experience offering programs and spaces dedicated to success. Atomy is now taking a step further, preparing A-Care, a wellness curation solution designed to enrich every aspect of life beyond physical health. With data-driven personalization and AI-powered care, we help members achieve a balanced lifestyle. To uphold Atomy's principles of absolute quality and absolute price, we empower our partner companies to focus fully on quality. Payments are made in cash within 1 week of delivery. Interest-free operating funds are provided when needed, and a joint quality management system ensures consistent excellence. Through these commitments, we build a virtuous cycle of accompanied growth. Atomy strives for sustainable coexistence with the planet. Through plastic-free initiatives, biodegradable materials, eco-friendly packaging, and resource regeneration efforts. Atomy's culture of sharing stands at the highest level, not only in direct selling, but across the entire distribution industry in Korea. Over the past 3 years, our donation to revenue ratio has been nearly 30 times higher than that of major retailers, ranking #1 among Korea's top 500 companies. These efforts have earned Atomy accolades in sustainability, public service, family-friendly management, and Great Place to Work Asia's Best Companies to Work For. Atomy's spirit of sharing has spread far beyond Korea, with employees, partners, and members around the world joining in social contribution activities. The company that upholds its principles as it shapes a new culture of distribution. The company trusted by people around the world as it continues to grow globally. The company that looks beyond customer satisfaction and strives for customer success. The company that values the spirit at its core. We are proud. Atomy.
Okay, so my message again this morning is a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing, Valerie and Ted, when you have recognized your purpose. If you have not recognized your purpose, Sylvia and Shirley and Sabrina and Princess, welcome again. If you have not recognized your purpose, I pray that you will recognize it. There's a thing called pattern recognition. And if you take a moment and you just trace your journey from there to here, you will see it. And I promise you that when you have recognized your purpose, you will move with speed. Yes, you will make decisions a lot faster. Patience. And Moto G Stylus and KJ, hey KJ, and Joseph and Guido. Recognize your purpose. And Ghislaine and Fortune, High Fortune, and Donald. Yes, sir. I see you are pushing. You're a leader. And Syracuse, and Benjamin, Benjamin, and Ode, and CJ. Hey, CJ. Yeah, you need to recognize your purpose. It makes a big difference. We don't want that when that day comes around, you sit in silence and you're lost. And you're asking yourself the question, who am I? Was it worth it? Is it too late? God forbid. So let me talk about the chairman of this company, Mr. Hangil Park. There is absolutely no question, no doubt in my mind that this gentleman is purpose driven. And another morning we will tell his story, we will play the tape. But it is so overwhelmingly clear that this gentleman is doing what he's doing with a sense of purpose. Make no mistake about it. He was on his way out, on his back in the hospital. Death was knocking on his door. And Hemohim was introduced to him. Yeah, it's a real story. It's the truth. Liver injury. He had a serious liver issue going on. And he was introduced to Hemohim. He bounced back, and he has made it his purpose to bring Hemohim and this company Atomy to a hungry audience. So if we wonder about Hemohim, well, guess what? The chairman of the company, Mr. Hangil Park, he owes his life. He talks about it. It's the Hemohim, and so he's on his mission. 24 countries and growing. No, that's a mistake there. Patented, the Hemohim is now patented in 23 countries and growing. But the company is in so many countries. So let's just take a minute. For those who are with us perhaps for the first time, we must feature the number one. The number one. It's called a functional food. It's a herbal supplement. And for the past 9 consecutive years, it's been the number one selling herbal supplement worldwide. So let me bring on stage the standalone, the great herbal supplement, Hemohim.
Are you getting less than $3,340 in Social Security and you're a senior on Medicare or Medicaid? Here's some fantastic news. They've recently updated their policy.
This Hemohim product is pretty incredible, really quick. I just want you to understand, the newcomers, that this Hemohim was not produced, again, for the general mass, which is us. It was originated in a laboratory that's funded by the Republic of South Korea's government, so the taxpayers of South Korea, actually, we need to thank them. They are funding this company just like us. We pay taxes in the U.S. Our tax dollars go to the federal government, Pentagon, NASA, so on and so forth. So this product, what is it? For those of you that are wondering, please don't just take it because somebody told you to take it. You need to figure out and do your own due diligence and research to see why this product is working for you. First thing, this product is not just for sick people. It is not a medicine. It will not fix your ailment. But what it will do is it will enhance your lifestyle. The reason why is when you ingest this, it will kickstart your natural killer cells. That means it's your first line of your immunity defense system. As we are aging, I look around the room and majority of us are in the baby boomer era, 1946 to 1964. On top of that, we're living longer because we're eating better, we're drinking better. So the longer you live, the more we have to fight aging, in essence. This Hemohim will protect your first line of defense. If your first line of defense in your immune system is damaged, you will be guaranteed to get sick. You will not be able to fight off any deadly pathogens that may come your way. So please take this seriously. Don't just take one and think something's going to happen, because we have something called body mass, right? So minimum, like my size, I take about 4 a day. Right? I love it because it makes me feel good. It gives me energy. It will balance out my red and white blood cells, and this oxygenates your blood. Something that is very, very important, because we can live out without certain organs, but if I strip all the blood and oxygen out of your human body, you will become a corpse, period. So this is a very, very serious product. Please try it. If you don't like it, it's okay. You will get used to it. Give any of our products at least 30 days before you say no.
Okay, so that's your Hemohim right there. And what I'd love to do this morning is to bring on stage the other product that I know that we need to be taking this one every day. It's called fermented noni. I think it's been overlooked a lot. It needs to be put on stage, center stage, right there beside the Hemohim. The 5 top selling products in Atomy. Number 1, our Hemohim. Number 2, the skincare products. Evening set, the 4 set, the selective skincare. Number 3, fermented noni. There's a reason for that. Number 4, our probiotics. Number 5, the toothpaste. You choose which one. But these are the top sellers. These products is creating a storm out there. And do understand that fermented noni, which we're going to talk about this morning, is no joke. I talk about Dr. Neil Solomon, and I'm going to have to feature him this morning because this fermented noni, which is the best of the best of the best. Noni by itself, Morinda citrifolia, is the superfood of superfoods. Yes, noni. Make no mistake about it. There are 131 different species. You want to be serious about the Morinda citrifolia. And Atomy is big into noni, inviting Dr. Im Jungla to partner with Dr. Neil Solomon, and over there in Indonesia, Java, Indonesia, 100% organic noni is farmed. So we'll take a quick minute and dive into our noni this morning. For those of us who don't understand or are not aware that the fermented noni, 22 known health benefits. And this is where extensive research has been done, documented. So let's talk about this noni.
Atomy Noni Botanical Beverage, Noni with Calamansi. Java Island is known as one of the pollutant-free areas in Indonesia. 100% organic noni collected from this farm. The organic noni grown in mineral-rich volcanic soil clean area. Skin, seeds, and pulp, all 100% organic noni. Total fermentation of 1,440 hours. 2 times aging process with Atomy. 7 types of complex lactic acid bacteria. Upgraded taste and scent with naturally sourced ingredients. Cold pressed to minimize nutritional loss. No coloring, no preservative, no synthetic fragrance, no synthetic sweetener. Healthier and tastier. Made with 100% nani concentrate. A healthy taste with natural vitality. The way to become healthy. Fill your day with natural taste. Atomi Nani Botanical Beverage, Nani with Calamansi.
The electrical power grid was designed for the 1950s and 60s, older than most of the
Hello, my name is Peter. Welcome to this amazing your immune system so that it does not go into the autoimmune disease. Noni juice is also a powerful adaptogen. What is an adaptogen? Adaptogen is a substance which helps the body systems to work to normal levels. In other way, to work in harmony.
Thank you for your listening. Thank you for taking your noni every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. So, Dr. Neil Solomon, and I talk about him from time to time. There's a book called the Noni Phenomenon. Every Atomian, you need to get that book, $20, Amazon. And the book explores the many researches that's been done with the Noni, and it speaks about the partnership between Dr. Neil Solomon and Dr. Im Jung Lai, who is reputed as the Noni doctor. I highly, highly, highly recommend that we grab this book and bring on stage the Atomy fermented noni. And why do I say that? If you notice, it doesn't say noni juice. It says noni concentrate. That's because the noni from Atomy has been fermented a total of 1,440 hours. Make it bioabsorbable. It's not like your noni juice out there. Really, we have the best of the best, of the very best. Absolute quality. Okay, so I have posted in the chat this morning, Momentum Morning Chat here on the Zoom, some videos as it relates to fermented noni. And I will bring on stage Dr. Neil Solomon in an interview with the, is that a CNN or BBC? But let's hear what he has to say. And this is just a short clip. There's a 12-minute video and there's a 32-minute video. I will not play the one for 32 minutes, but in the time that we have left, I will bring on stage Dr. Neil. I think this one is about 12 minutes in duration. Let's hear what he has to say. And actually, the reason why I chose to bring Noni on stage this morning It's because a lot of folks do not know, but the fermented noni is really, really good for treating depression. There is a depression issue that is taking over the country, and anxiety, mental issues. Go for fermented noni, no side effects. And I must say, it's the month of June. They say it's men's mental health month, but guess what? Everybody is having their issues with some challenge. The times that we're living in, yeah, challenging, challenging. And our youngsters, they grow more and more isolated. They grow silent. And we need to grab this fermented noni and be consuming it every day. All right, so here we go, Dr. Neil. I have two. Let me see which one. Okay, take this one.
So you're already using ChatGPT, and while that's awesome, there is one little problem.
Then nothing much happened with noni until 1943, when during World War II, the American soldiers were looking for something to eat in case they got stranded in the Southwest Pacific. And what the Army did is the Army looked at different indigenous plants, and they came up with noni. And they said that noni is a verifiable, edible plant, and they put it in the military field handbook. So that meant that it was safe, and the armed forces could use it. Things, again, were pretty quiet until 1972. In 1972, Dr. Ralph Heineke, the man I phoned up and asked about, he discovered the Serenine system. Now, the Serenine system is a system of compounds and substances in noni that he believes does the good. It's the good activated part of it. And in 1993, two food scientists from Utah, John Wadsworth and Stephen Story, decided that they had to take this substance and make it edible. Make it so it tasted good, so that people in the United States could drink it, because they wanted to bring it to the United States. And they did. And they formulated what is now known as Tahitian noni juice. Again, from 93 to 96, not much happened, but in 96, it was released to the market. And since 96, it's amazing what's happened. In 2002, noni became from 0 to the number 6 in the top 10 medical herbs used in the United States. Wow. I mean, that's a meteoric rise.
That's amazing.
I've never heard any other substance to do that before. No other food supplement that I know has done that. In year 2003, noni juice passed, and particularly Tahitian noni juice, because that is the one that was studied. And that passed of Europeans' Novel Food Act Committee. That meant that it was safe and it could be used in Europe, and indeed it was. Also in 2003, Tahitian noni juice was listed in the PDR. That's the Physician's Desk Reference. And that is the Bible for drugs, and in this case, over-the-counter or food supplements. And they were listed as a food supplement, and again, it was safe. And in 2004, there were over 64 scientific studies that were listed and published on noni, and these can be found at PubMed.com.
Wow, that's a pretty long and detailed history. Now, to kind of help us frame today's discussion, give us an idea of the depth and the breadth of your research. How many health professionals and noni drinkers did you contact, and how many countries did your research encompass?
What I did is I went around the world, not once, but twice. I wanted to talk to professionals, health professionals, who used Tahitian noni juice and recommended for their clients. And then I wanted to talk to the people that they had recommended it to see how they did. It was amazing what I found. there were over 1,200 health professionals that had used it. And I invited them to send me their study data and send me what they had found. And they did. They have sent me all kinds. And that represented over 25,000 Tahitian noni drinkers. That's a lot of people that drank
Yes,
Tahitian noni juice. And my study started in '96 and has gone till the present time. And this encompassed over 80 countries and 29 different health conditions where Tahitian noni juice helped.
Wow, that's a pretty long trip, isn't it? Has there been much research and publishing done on noni?
Yes, there has. It started back with Dr. Ralph Heineke, and by 1999, when I wrote a book about this called The Noni Phenomenon, I cited over 20 references about Tahitian noni juice. And in 2004, when I wrote the next book about this, the comprehensive book about it, called The Noni Solution, it had escalated to over 90 references. So it just was shooting up. More and more people, more and more health professionals were finding out about it and studying it.
Why do you research and write about Tahitian noni juice rather than the other noni juices?
It's simple. Tahitian noni juice represents 95% of all the noni that's taken in the United States and throughout the world. Now that's a big percentage. And Tahitian noni juice is the only one that I found that was safe and that they had done quality control. So I don't know about the other noni juices, and therefore I don't intermingle the two results. All my results are published just on Tahitian noni juice.
Okay. For me, I would think that in the consumer's mind, the most important question is safety. Would you agree?
Oh, question. Safety and effectiveness.
And, yeah, I mean, because both of us have heard about all the different news flashes about the dangers of unregulated natural products, to the warnings about prescription drugs, so forth and so on. How can we know that noni juice is actually safe for us?
The company routinely and consistently checks for over 300 different toxins. None have been found. And the final reason is that Europe's Novel Food Act Commission looked at it, asking just the question you asked, is it safe?
Sure.
And they came down on, yes, it is safe, and therefore it can be used in Europe. And I know of people who have drank up to 7 bottles a day, and they didn't have any adverse effects.
It's kind of like drinking water.
Some people drink it like they drink water.
Yeah. What about food allergies? I mean, could people actually be allergic to noni juice?
Sure. You can be allergic to anything. I found that about 1% of the people were allergic to noni juice.
Okay. What about side effects with noni juice?
You can have side effects to anything, and noni juice is no exception. Some people had minor rashes, little diarrhea, but by and large, it was quite safe. And all the side effects would go away when the person either cut the dose down or stopped drinking it.
Okay. I'm still not convinced. I've heard about some reports that some people took noni juice and actually became sick. Is that true?
That is absolutely true. And when I checked this out, I found that not one of those people had taken Tahitian noni juice. They had taken other noni juices. And as I said, I can't talk to the safety or the purity or the quality control of any other noni juice. Bottles of them. So, you know, that's a different league. And that's another reason why I pooled the data. I said, 95% of the people that take Tahitian noni juice, I'll take that data. I have some other data, but I put it to the side.
We'll talk about some specific diseases and conditions in just a minute. But in your published findings, you identify literally 29 different conditions helped by using noni juice. That's what my grandmother would have called a tonic. Good for what ails you. But raise some red flags for the sophisticated consumer of today. How can it be possible that noni juice helps so many people with so many different problems?
Well, let me first say your grandmother was right.
Okay.
She really was. And here's how it works.
All right.
In noni, there are adaptogens. And adaptogens are substances that help the body come back to normal. You may have heard the term homeostasis. If something's too high, homeostasis brings it down to normal. If something's too low, homeostasis brings it back toward normal. And noni has a very powerful homeostasis mechanism in it. And that substance, one of them, is procerinine.
Okay.
The other is that there are over 150 nutraceuticals in noni. And any of those nutraceuticals can be an agent that can bring into homeostasis.
You'll never procrastinate again once you understand this, because psychologists have
I guess we could stop it right there. Any comments this morning? Any
Excellent
takeaway?
show.
Any comment?
I've got to go. Have a good day, everyone.
Okay, Ted. Any takeaways this morning? So here's the thing. The Atomy fermented noni needs to be brought on center stage. And the fermented noni and the hemohim, in my opinion, this is what I would say this is a powerful combination.
CJ.
Mr. Rock, is that you?
Yeah, Joseph. This is Joseph.
Yes, Jason, go ahead.
This particular video is let me have the complete one.
I know. It's the complete one is way too long. So
No
this is just
problem. Even if it's too long, you read and then get it. You share it to others and they'll go into it.
if I'm understanding you, is this
Because the
Joseph?
interview, yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yes, I what I'm saying is it's a very lengthy interview. This what I'm playing here this morning is a part of the interview. There is a part 1, part 2, part 3. And yes. But what I've also done is there's a 32-minute long video from where Dr. Neil, and it is posted in the chat this morning in the Momentum morning chat in the Zoom. That is a good one to listen to because he goes into so many different aspects of the noni. Yes. So the interview, there's a part 1, part 2, part 3. And in one of those interviews, he goes into the noni and depression. Good science. I therefore want to encourage all of us to go over to YouTube. It's all there. Noni, juice, and depression. Want to make it clear that the fermented noni out of South Korea, out of Atomy, when you look at how it is harvested, how it is prepared and bottled and distributed, the fermentation process, you come away with the conclusion that we really do have the best of the best. So take a minute and do some research. We have a real powerful product in the fermented noni in Atomy. We do. It's just that I'm realizing that we have not been talking much about it, but it needs to be brought on stage, and we ought to be having that noni every day. Fortune, I see your hand.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you all for coming on the platform, on the Zoom, especially my Ghana people. Actually,
Yes.
I don't know if I said it here before. I was a distributor of Tahitian noni in Ghana. Yes, in the early 90s. Yes. And it has been so good, wonderful. One pharmacist went to Tahiti and brought it. So she was a pharmacist. So she made it a networking marketing.
Yes.
And we, the naturopath, it was posted on our platform and we got involved, selling it to people. And the testimonies, what it does to people, and the whole country came to a conclusion that they have got a tree of life, medicine in a bottle, healing in a bottle. So what we did was that, the medical doctors will never allow something that can heal the patient uproot the cause completely because they can make their money. They have been brainwashed. I've been telling people, have you read the prescription and see the side effect of what you are taking in?
Right.
Precautions, warnings, they will give you so many complications. They will not heal you. And we call that chemical drugs or orthodox drugs, shut up. They said shut up to the disease. It comes down and comes back. So they should think twice. So here we can't change anything. And the doctors will not allow. But we are doing everything. In my country, Ghana, we, the traditional medicine practitioners and naturopaths, we went to the government and told them, the people, they said the voice of the people is the voice of God. So the people said they want natural products in the hospitals. We did everything. I'm one of the members of the, we call it GATFRAM, Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners. I'm a member. And we all came together. And now they have opened the doors. When you go to pharmacies, every hospital, most hospitals are into both orthodox and natural, organic. So the patient choose, or the doctor choose which one to use, and the doctors will prescribe it to them. This is what we're doing in Ghana, improving people's lifestyle and health. You see, but here we can't change it. So distributors, we are just saying it underground to people. Those who believe it and use it, they are recommending it. They are happy that they got something better. And I'm here to test the Atomy noni to see the difference. I know it will work. Yes. And we thank God for the company. We thank God for the CEO. Thank you all for always organizing this Memento Morning program. We are grateful. Thank you. People have to get the right thing.
Right. Well, I am taking your input this morning to encourage us to bring our fermented noni on stage. The Tahitian noni is not fermented. We have 1,440 hours of fermentation, and we have a powerful product. And it's the great answer to issues of depression and anxiety. Perhaps we could just close out this morning. It's now 5 minutes after the hour, but I'd love to run this short video, 3 minutes, and we're out of here. The recommended dosage is 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces in the evenings, but there are those of us who just drink from the bottle. There's no side effects. It's an adaptogen. Bring the body into homeostasis. Good for the cancer, diabetes, the so many benefits, health benefits, 22 health benefits documented. Thank you, Fortune.
Java Island is home to Atomy's organic noni farm. The noni fruit here grows in organic, mineral-rich volcanic soil. Once ready, it is harvested and sorted by hand so that only the highest quality fruit makes it through. When all the noni fruit is collected, it is washed at least 3 times in order to ensure the highest hygiene standards. It is then flash frozen at -40 degrees Celsius and securely packaged before being shipped to Korea, ready for production. When it arrives at the production facility, it undergoes its first patented fermentation and aging process for 1,080 hours. After that, the juice extraction process begins. Once the juice is extracted, it is first filtered to remove any bits, then mixed with natural organic coconut sugar to lighten the taste.
8:30.
In order to ensure it maintains all its rich nutrients, the juice is then cold pressed and fermented for another 360 hours, making a total of 1,440 hours. Noni is manufactured under a strict quality control system throughout the entire process to ensure it is of the highest quality. Even during the packing process, each step is kept under strict quality assurance. Once the juice is all packed into its containers, it undergoes another inspection to ensure its quality before being fully packed ready for shipping. Atomy Noni. Absolute quality, absolute price.
Okay. Always remember, always remember, global sourcing, global sales. You can count on the company to be going out there, to be researching, to be bringing to the marketplace the best of the best of the best. So absolute quality, absolute price is a real deal. And that's what we have in our Atomy fermented noni, which we need to be consuming every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Yes, the great superfood, Atomy fermented noni. Okay, so well, that's it for this morning. We'll be here again tomorrow morning, 9:45, the pregame, 10 o'clock showtime. Aja, Aja, have a great day, have a great day, have a great day.
Aja, Aja, Aja. Awesome.
Aja, Aja, Aja.